Hey guys, it's Windy from Windys.Art. Welcome back to my channel. So in last week's video, I talked about the basic way to paint clouds for beginners. And in today's video, I'm going to use those techniques to create these 4 different kind of cloud painting. If you haven't watched my last week's video, I'll put the links in the description box below. Check it out if you're interested. Now if you're ready, grab your pens and paper and let's start painting. So from the finished work, you can see the white border around the paintings. That's because I used the masking tape to create 4 blocks before painting. And make sure it's taped tightly so later when painting, the water won't go underneath. For the sketch, I just simply mark out where the horizontal line is. This way it helps with the coloring process later. Then I start painting from the top left. I'm using wet on wet technique here, so I wet the paper with clean water first and make sure every corner is covered with a thin layer of clean water. And I quickly add colors while the paper is still wet. You can see the colors blend out nicely. So when painting clouds, you don't want to focus too much on the shape and where you need to add certain colors. Just paint out the main big color block freely and let the water and paints do the blending. This way it looks more natural. And that's also why I didn't do the cloud sketching in the beginning, so it won't look too stiff. Then gradually add on darker shades while the paper is still wet. I also changed to a slightly smaller paintbrush while adding darker shades, so I have more control. When the base layer is about done, let it dry before adding the second layer. While waiting for the base layer to dry, let's move to the cloud on the top right. Same as before, I wet the paper first before coloring. Then start adding lighter shades around the top area. After that, I add darker shades towards the inward direction, as you can see here. Then the bottom area, I just give it a flat wash of diluted blue. After that, let it dry. Now move to the bottom left. After wetting the paper, I add some cerulean blue and stipple colors for the center part of the cloud. This way the color won't spread out too much, because I want to leave some blank spaces around the clouds. After that, I add sky on the top area and make sure to leave some blank spaces as you can see here.
Ryan Little.
For the bottom right painting, after wetting the paper, I start adding some diluted gray and gradually add on darker shades while the paper is still wet. I want to leave some brighter area in between the clouds, so I only add darker shades around the shadow areas. And after that, I add a green wash on the bottom area for the grass. Now the base layer is about dry, so I start adding a second layer. In this layer, I'm strengthening the darker shades, so the color should be stronger than the base layer, and sometimes before I wet the paper first before coloring. Make sure your brush doesn't contain too much water while adding darker shades, otherwise the color is gonna totally bleed out and create stains after drying. For the third layer, I focus on the darkest shades. As you can see, watercolor does fade a bit after drying, so I go back and strengthen the darkest area. This way it pops out more. Lastly, the touch-up, I like to go back to see if there's any details missing or any areas that need to be strengthened again. And I also add a tree for the top right cloud painting because I feel it's a little empty around the bottom area. The tree doesn't have to be perfect, just make sure the overall shape is right, and I also use a small flat brush to add on leaves, so it's more efficient. Now the painting is about done here. I will put all the materials and colors I use for these 4 paintings in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. And if you have any questions, comment below and let me know. That's all for today's video. I really hope it's helpful and if you enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on my weekly art videos and tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!